Did you know, in the episode Spark of Rebellion, Commandant Oresco and Taskmaster Grint are voiced by the same actor, David Shaughnessy. A mural for Sienar Fleet Systems can be seen in Lothal. Sienar is the company responsible for the development of the TIE Fighter, which was originally established in Legends materials. This episode marks the first on-screen appearance of Kessel, which was first mentioned in A New Hope. It was based off designs and notes that George Lucas developed, describing the planet's look, culture, and economy. Tarkintown was inspired by shanty towns in the United States called Hoovervilles that popped up during the Great Depression and Herbert Hoover's presidency. The crates stolen by the Ghost crew are color-coded. Red crates have food, and gray crates have weapons. This hazard label on the Imperial transport is based on a label used in a deleted scene from The Empire Strikes Back. The Wilhelm scream can be heard near the end of the episode. The Wookiee gunship is a new creation that was inspired by the vehicles seen in Revenge of the Sith. Chopper was originally meant to be more similar in appearance to R2-D2. In the episode Droids in Distress, the man seated behind Sabine on the commuter shuttle is inspired by very early Jedi concept art by Ralph McQuarrie. The RQ protocol droid was also based on McQuarrie concept art, this one for C-3PO. Paul Rubens provides the voice for RX-24, which is a nod to his role as Rex from the Star Tours ride. The planet Garel is galactically very close to Lothal, only a few minutes worth of hyperspace travel. The final shot of the episode is reminiscent of Leia and R2 in Episode 4. In the episode Fight or Flight, the Imperial troop transport was originally a classic toy sold between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Sabine's artwork features caricatures of Cad Bane and Imbo. The shopping list Hera gives Zeb and Ezra includes Melu Run Melon, Science Dip, Space Waffles, and Dill Pickles. Melu Run was first mentioned in the second Legends X-Wing book, Wedge's Gamble. The episode Rise of the Old Masters features the Stygian prison called the Spire, which first appeared in the comic Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir. It was meant to appear in the Clone Wars, but the episodes were never completed. The Arabesh on Luminara Unduli's crypt reads File, Luminara Unduli, Class, Jedi Knight. The flying creatures in this episode are called Tibides. This name comes from their original label of TBD, which stood for To Be Determined. Senator Gall Travis is voiced by Brent Spiner, who is best known as Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. The story of Zer Leonis, who first appeared in the episode Breaking Ranks, is completed in the 4-book series Servants of the Empire. The Kyber crystal destroyed by Hera and Kanan is a reference to the Empire gathering them for the Death Star, as revealed by Rogue One. This episode shows stormtrooper rifles in a low power setting that fires sting beams, like the ones fired by Luke's training remote. The Imperial Academy's testing ground, called The Well, was modeled after the Box from the Clone Wars. The episode Out of Darkness features the first and long-awaited appearance of the previously mentioned Space Waffles. The abandoned Clone Wars-era base is Fort Anaxes. Republic gunships and an ARC-170 can be seen among the wreckage. The creatures found in the base are called Furnox, and are meant to draw a connection to another scavenger animal, the Minok. Rhydonium was introduced in the Clone Wars as a powerful fuel and explosive. In Empire Day, the news holo displays Palpatine as young and handsome rather than show his true appearance. The news ticker at the bottom of the screen warns of rabid Lothcats. The Imperial Anthem was composed as an upbeat parade version of the Imperial March from The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The signs on the Bridger household read Property of the Empire, Stay Away. Tsibo's dialogue was written in English first and then translated to Huttese by Pablo Hidalgo. The XX-23S thread tracker used by the Grand Inquisitor in the episode Gathering Forces was first created for Kraken's Rebel Field Guide for the role-playing guidebooks by West End Games in 1991. Although it's later upgraded, the Phantom does not have a hyperdrive at this point. Admiral Constantine's Star Destroyer is called the Relentless. This episode marks the first on-screen appearance of the Sentinel-class shuttle, which was designed for the special edition of the original trilogy. At the start of the episode Path of the Jedi, Ezra was helping Sabine paint their captured TIE fighter, which isn't revealed until the end of the season. The idea of multiple Jedi temples throughout the galaxy was first explored in the Clone Wars, like the Edit Temple on Deveron. Outside the temple are symbols of the light and dark sides of the Force that have also been seen on Mortis and Ilum in the Clone Wars. The temple on Lothal was foreshadowed by the revelation that Kyber crystals can be found on the planet, which was mentioned in the episode Breaking Ranks, as well as the Servants of the Empire series. The writing on the temple walls is taken from more Ralph McQuarrie art, this time from his designs of the Yavin Temple. The episode Idiot's Array features the card game Sabacc, which was first created for The Empire Strikes Back, but all mentions of it were cut from the film. The game's mechanics were first detailed in the Lando Calrissian novels published in 1983. The designs for the cards themselves were inspired by a set of playable Sabacc cards that came included in a role-playing game module called Crisis on Cloud City in 1989. As Morrigan was based on McQuarrie concept designs for Jabba the Hutt. In Vision of Hope, Senator Travis's droids are Senate-colored versions of the McQuarrie-inspired droid design. The mural on the Lothal Senate building was based on art created in the US by the Works Progress Administration in the 1930s and 40s. It depicts Lothal's major industries as agriculture and fishing. The episode Call to Action marks the return of Grand Moff Tarkin and Stephen Stanton, who voiced the character in the Clone Wars. Tarkin wears armor similar to General Veers in The Empire Strikes Back. Alton Castle makes his first visual appearance as a member of the Imperial media, spreading propaganda. Computer spikes were first created in 1990 by West End Games, and can also be seen in the game Knights of the Old Republic. The gunnery stations outside the Communications Center use the same seats and controls as TIE fighters. The Imperial patrol transport can first be seen in the Clone Wars. In Rebel Resolve, the crimes of Kanan Jarrus against the Empire include theft of Imperial supplies, resisting arrest, assaulting officers, and piloting without a license. The Imperial Light Cruiser is an updated reworking of the Jedi Light Cruiser from the Clone Wars. Imperial crewmen have their hats pulled low to conceal their faces, allowing for the same model to be used over and over again. In production, the interrogation droid was labeled as Dr. Ball, a term I believe was first coined by Robot Chicken. Hera's mention that Mustafar is where Jedi go to die is foreshadowing to Darth Vader's fortress that wouldn't be seen until Rogue One. As mentioned before, the painted TIE fighter was originally intended to be seen throughout the season, but was cut for time and to maximize the impact of its reveal in the season finale, Fire Across the Galaxy. The paint job includes icons from Sabine's helmet, Kanan's arm guard, Hera's Leku, Ezra's jacket, Zeb's armor, and Chopper's face, making it represent the team as a whole. The Star Destroyer engine room is reminiscent of the Jedi Cruiser engine room from the Clone Wars. The blockade runners at the end of the episode were painted to match Ralph McQuarrie's original A-Wing designs that foreshadows their inclusion in Season 2. The Rebel crewmen were also based on McQuarrie illustrations of the Rebels. Ahsoka's curved lightsaber handles were meant to resemble samurai weapons. And that's it for today. If you like this video, you might want to check out some of the other trivia and fact-based videos I've done. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.